Hello, everyone. It's Commodore Z. When the barley burns and the sheep no longer bleat, it's not just the grain that blacken. The ground remembers, the dead remember, and the fields do not forgive. A week has passed, the ashes settled, the embers are cold, and the small things still cling. In the hay, in the straw mats, in the dreams of those who woke too late. The boy who bled still sleeps behind shuttered windows. His breath is calm, but his soul stirs like water over the stone. He dreams in someone else's language. The servants speak in whispers now of devils in the field, of torches in the dark, of sword raised by firelight. And now, through the dusk, he returns. Cuthwin. No fanfare, no trumpet, but his shadow touches the gate before his boot does, and even the dogs fall quiet. When Dreda walks in circles beneath torchlight, Roseman watches chains that no one forged, and Leif dreams of golden statues that blade when crowned. And the lion in the east, it stirs, not dead, not dreaming, waiting. The land remembers. Welcome in, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm I'm doing great. I've been super excited about this all week, ever since our shield wall last week. I've been pumped to kind of keep going, and I'm glad that we're here. So I want to start with our introductions real quick. We're going to start with Roswin tonight. Nerd at Art. We don't need to go into streams. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and the character you're playing. We'll try to keep it as brief as possible.
So I am Nerd at Art. Don't really stream on my own channel. I'm the other half of Team Wildwood. You'll catch me over there every so often. Tonight I am playing Rosewin. She was just a court seamstress, trying to make her way in the world, trying to figure out how to get her own little slice of the pie. And now she is an undead, and she's trying to figure out how she can use that to her advantage. Kind of shake things up a little bit, and we're changing Wessex. That's the plan.
That's the plan. I like the plan. All right, that brings us to Davey. Tell us about yourself and Anarad.
Hey there, it is Davey here. I am a TTRPG aficionado and history buff. Today I will be playing Anarod, the Bruja warrior poet. He's been having some trouble adjusting to the whole being a vampire thing, and also having a basically unquenchable rage inside him that he can't get rid of, which is part of the fun of being a Bruja. Anyway, hopefully he won't kill anyone by accident or on purpose again. So here's hoping.
Again.
Just Joshi. Tell us about yourself and Suni.
Hey, I'm just Joshi. Like Davey, I'm a tabletop guy and a history guy, and excited to play some vampire tonight. Suni is a left-behind Viking, forgotten by his family, forgotten by his people, trying to make his way in the world as a new Zemitzi. That won't be problematic at all.
All right, Kendrick, a.k.a. Keyword Savior.
Hello, I am Keyword Savior, a middle-aged millennial bon vivant. I do stream on Twitch, whatever video games the beast lets me play in front of people. I am playing Kendrick, a beefy Ventru, sword-sworn bastard, and he got a little beefier. He spent his chunk of XP to fortify himself a little bit more, so come at me, bro.
Maybe an appropriate thing to have to say tonight. That brings us to Ellie playing Wendretta. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about Wendretta a little bit.
Hello, I'm Ellie, or Mrs. Keywork. Like the other two, I'm a history buff, but I don't play TTRPGs. This is my first. With that said, I play Lady Wendretta, wife to Alderman Cuthwin, and she's so super stoked about tonight. Not. She's a Ventru who she was looking to, kind of stir shit up like Roswin, and she's kind of enjoying it a little bit, except for when she has to, when her clanbane comes up, and yeah, that's fun. But she's enjoying it.
Excellent. All right. So, where we left off last week, there was a shield wall battle where Agnar Childface had brought 10 of his best buds to come and raid Cuthwin's estate. And it did not work out well for him. There were consequences to the actions, to having kill clan baits causing consequences, not in this coterie exactly. But the shield wall ended in one turn. A total obliteration. Agnar has been taken captive. Some things happened during the week. We're just going to go over those real quick. On Wednesday, Osferth had come forward and mentioned that he was being summoned. What I had assumed had happened was that he was put back. He was not allowed to leave the estate. Is that safe to assume?
Yeah, pretty safe to assume.
Not without us, anyway.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm fine with him leaving, just not without us.
All right. So we will say in this situation that you brought him back into the estate. And if he goes out tonight, we'll go and we'll do something with that then. Hold on, just one moment. There's someone at my door.
The boy needs to grow a tail.
What's this, the boy?
Where's the boy?
There's my dogs. It's the Ride of the Valkyries. All right. Okay.
Chiatic.
So I just want to go. I want to start from the beginning at the session start. Changes. Have there been any changes to your desires? Roswin.
Sorry about that ill-timed sneeze. No, my desire last game was to expose Athelwine, who is technically my patron, as the dirty cheat that he is, and I haven't done that yet, so that desire remains the same.
All right. Davey.
Anor's desire is to maintain some level of composure today and not give in to the beast, because he's been doing that an awful lot recently. So he figures he can get through one night without like flipping out in some elaborate way, then that's going to be a win.
That's a win. I like that. Excellent. Joshy, what's your desire tonight?
I'm going to switch it up. I think I've done... I might not have asserted myself as a position of authority, but I have asserted myself as worth being around. Which we take the little W's. We take the little W's. I'm going to switch my desire now to endearing myself to Lord Cuthwin.
To Lord Cuthwin.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
All right. Kendrick.
I mean, we didn't really, as far Kendrick didn't make any progress towards understanding the mystery of the Reeves son, nor the poacher situation. So I guess he would still have that desire. I mean,
Okay. Poacher situation. All right, and when's Retta?
Yeah, last week's was find the poacher, and we kind of didn't do that, so I still got that desire.
you might want to change it for the Cuthwin thing. That'll give you willpower back if you work towards that.
True. I don't know. I don't know. My brain can't think tonight.
Don't be worrying about the boy. You deal with Cuthwin.
All right, my desire is to not end up dead at the hands of my husband. Or, dead even more. Or, just play nice, I should say. Play nice for now.
Play nice. Okay. All right. So, willpower, whichever is higher, resolve your composure, add that back to your pool. Did anybody enforce a blood bond over the course of downtime?
I would say that I probably would have met with Wynn at some point. I'm still trying to get information from her. So yeah, I probably would say I meet with her at least once a week and see what she's heard and reinforce my blood bond with her.
All right, can you make a rouse check for me?
I can.
For a rouse check's worth of blood. I just want to
Gotta
see
keep
where
your
your
duel
baseline
topped
is.
Here, drink
All
this.
right, fantastic. It does not increase for you. Anybody else? No one else has ghouls, really. All right, so hunger starts at 3 unless you fed during downtime or used herd. Is anyone going to use the herd from the coterie herd pool?
I will use my personal herd to decrease my hunger by 1.
Okay, so that your baseline is 2.
I'll
Anybody
take
else
one from the herd.
You're going to take one from the herd? Okay. Anybody else?
How much is left in the herd if he takes one?
1. There's 1 left. Oh, 2 left. There's 2 left in the coterie.
2
herd.
left.
That's right.
Yeah, I use my personal.
No, use their
Does
personal herd.
Does anyone else need the herd? Because I took it last time, like a big greedy, hungry brute.
I can take half on my hunting roll, so
And I can take half as well.
Okay. In that case, if no one else wants it, I'll take the 2 from the herd.
Yeah.
All right. As
Great.
you guys are beginning to talk about taking half from hunger, that brings me to feeding challenges. The difficulty to feed tonight is 4. There are rumors. There are rumors of sickness going around. It's a small estate. It's a 2-hour ride into Winchester. It's beginning to get difficult to feed it like this. So you may have to start spreading out a little bit. The difficulty is 4 tonight. So who would like to feed?
Does that apply to me because I don't live at the estate?
No, it does not apply to you because
Okay.
you do not live at the estate.
Woo! I will still feed then.
You will still feed. All
It
right.
was
So,
difficulty 4. I was going to hold off.
all right. So yours is dexterity plus subterfuge. What is your total? 5. Your difficulty's 3, so you still need to roll. You have 2 hunger.
Are you keeping track of how many times we feed
Yes.
and increasing the difficulty
Yeah,
if we hit certain numbers?
I'll explain it. Don't worry. You're not. It's never going to
Next-
get crazy.
next
It's never going to get crazy. Don't worry. You feed Roswin. Would you like to feed down to 1?
Yes.
Okay, so you're at hunger 1. Davey, it's your turn to feed. You're at hunger 2.
So I took from the herd.
Yes, you're at hunger
I was
2. Do you want
I'm
to
a hunger
feed?
2 from the herd.
Yes. Do you want to feed?
Can I get down to hunger 1 or just hunger 2?
You can get to hunger 2. You can get to hunger 1 if you feed.
Yeah, let's feed. Why not?
All right. So your feeding challenge is a
Damn
scout
feed.
feeder, dexterity plus stealth, difficulty 4.
Oh shoot! I've got to get the dice up. Pardon me. I forgot about that. Dex plus stealth. That is a meager 5 dice for me. Do I add my hunger dice to this?
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do, don't I?
Yep. You might get a 0.
Let's not start this off the wrong way. That's 3 successes.
You do not.
Did you say?
Go ahead.
Ah, shit.
You do not get enough successes, but you do not get a critical.
Okay, that's good.
You do not get a critical failure. You just do not get enough successes, so you are still at hunger 2. You just do not
That's
manage to
acceptable.
You
feed.
can use willpower to re-roll if you want to feed.
You could re-roll if you want. It's up to you.
You know what? I'm gonna do that because it seems like it would be better to go into this with topped up. So
Okay.
let's re-roll the 2 that I failed on.
There you go.
4 success. All
4
right,
successes.
great.
You can feed down
I'm
to
going
1.
down to 1. Beautiful, excellent.
Joshy,
hi. I would love to feed.
excellent. So you're feeding. Let me pull you back up. I believe I'm looking at yours right now. Suni, you are an extortionist. Manipulation plus intimidation. Difficulty 4, please. What is your dice pool?
My dice pool is 7.
Oh, you could almost take half. So roll your hunger dice in with there, and let's see what you got.
Wait, you said manipulation, intimidation?
Manipulation plus intimidation.
I have been rolling with a 7 this whole time, and I only have 6.
Well, you were taking half before.
Smite.
Last week you could have taken half.
But I will roll. Yeah, I'll roll my 6 dice then.
Reroll for sure.
Reroll willpower. I would reroll a willpower, my friend.
Yeah.
I will re-roll 2 of those, right? I can re-roll 2 of them?
Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna roll 2 of those, yes. Okay.
Hey.
Fantastic. You do not go into compulsion. You take as much blood as you need. Would you like to go to 1 blood?
Yes, please.
Got you. Okay. Kendrick, are you going to feed or not?
I am gonna. So, can I give my dot of herd to Windretta? I can actually take half still feeding.
You still take half feeding? Okay.
Yes, I have 4 strength and 4 melee, so
Yes, you can if
I
you
take
want.
so I'll find somebody and take 2 dots of blood from them, knocking them out.
Bringing you to Hunger 1. So everyone's going to be coming in at Hunger 1 tonight? All right. I did it out of order.
I'm 2. I have hunger 2, and I don't want to feed.
And you don't want to feed. Okay. Excellent. All right. So now last question I have to ask. Do you want to gather as a coterie before Cuthwin's return, or where would you like to gather to await Cuthwin's return? It's up to you.
Can
Discuss anything.
is it possible to meet
Go ahead.
within the estate surreptitiously, like without raising suspicion?
Say so. I mean, I'm supposed to be there delivering this commission that Windretta asked for. That was my excuse for being around. So it probably wouldn't be that hard for us to all be in the same place at the same time. The servants might talk, but, when do they not?
It's not like they're talking to Cuthwin anyways.
Yeah, I'm up with me for meeting in the estate. We don't have to go to the conspiracy grove.
The smile on Zed's face is making me a little uneasy, though. I'm not going to lie.
Actually, let's go to the conspiracy road. To the conspiracy grove.
Conspiracy route.
So we go to the conspiracy grove. Okay.
Let's go to the conspiracy grove.
Conspiracy grove.
Where we go to conspire.
Where we have the vampiric council
My
meetings.
dogs are. I don't know if anyone can hear it, but my dogs are barking. So hey,
No,
Paul,
can't
hear it.
you can't hear it?
I heard a little bit of whining during that, but that was about it.
That's
Yeah, I heard some
fantastic.
collars shaking. That's the only thing that came through.
The grin on God's face is a little unnerving. Let us go find some place out of the sight of God.
The grove of pines lies beyond the reach of torchlight, veiled in mist and silence. Towering trunks rise like pillars in a forgotten temple, their bark rough with lichen and age. Underfoot, a thick carpet of needles muffles every footstep as if the earth itself learned to listen. Wind stirs only the upper branches, while below the air hangs damp and still. The only other thing that's unusual is the raven has returned. The raven is watching,
Raven.
but you are more than free to begin your roleplay.
If I clock the raven, I will use Sense the Beast.
Sense the beast? Give me a wits plus awareness check. Well, actually, no, just give me your sense the beast. I mentioned it, you can see it. So go, what's your sense the beast roll?
I'm looking it up currently.
There's only a raven, nothing more.
Resolve and animalism versus composure and a subterfuge.
Hey, Leif made it.
Hey,
Hey,
Bad
what's up,
Dad's
buddy? All right, let me get this video ninja in real quick. Okay, so you do not sense a beast off this thing.
It's just a bird.
It is just a bird. It is not. It does not have a beast. Let me read the power. Hold on 1 second. Animalism. What's animalism? Is this?
It's animalism 1.
Animalism 1. 1 second. Let me.
Still don't like it.
I didn't like it.
That damn raven, he's gonna follow us everywhere.
What is it with you men in this bird?
Okay, it is not. It does not come across as supernatural to you under the rules of that. But it does seem has hostile intent towards you, though.
Oh my.
Can we sense
That's
its
worrying.
intent to kill?
Angry Raven, get out of here.
I just don't at it.
I was just gonna shoot it away. Just rocks up to it. Piss off, Raven. Go.
Hops from one leg to the other, kind of squawks at you, takes wing, and kind of flies away.
Okay.
Be gone, foul beast. There. Now. We can converse in private, presumably.
Hopefully.
Kendrick just shakes his head.
They are quite paranoid about this bird.
Well, I mean, I did just learn some new skills, and my new skills tell me that bird was mad at us.
I could see it was mad at us. It was hopping around and squawking.
No, like
Perhaps not only the bird is mad.
it harbored ill will towards us.
It had a
I
malignant
wonder
soul.
why. The smell of you.
The smell of me.
Perhaps
He
another
had a bath last week.
First
2
it was
weeks
like,
ago.
down.
What is this hostility, Cynric?
The Danes were very clean people. He would probably be the only one here bathing once a
Yeah.
week.
I know. My patience wears thin.
So much hostility today.
Return.
Oh,
My
yeah.
duties have kept me busy. Have you spoken with Agnar Childface?
I have, yes.
What have
What
you
of that
learned?
Dane and his treachery?
He revealed that a common enemy had put him up to his deeds.
Common enemy?
He swears that the name is escaping me.
Ethelwine.
Ethelwine.
He swears Ethelwine is to blame.
Ethelwine?
Wine.
Why does this not surprise me?
Does he have any proof of this?
None other than his word.
And that's not going to stand for much.
Unfortunately not.
It is, at the least, it sways more doubt towards a man who we already doubt.
Perhaps, Windretta, this changes the memories we shall have to affix in Agnar's head.
Sounds like it.
Oh, and I guess now you'd all notice that Sunni's face appears a little bit different than before. His pockmarks and scars are gone, and his cheeks are a little bit fuller. He no longer looks malnourished. He looks like himself, just
You look well, Suni. Have you fed well?
I have fed well. I have been well. I've managed to like I said, I spoke with Agnar and I got some information out of him, and it's been a good week.
But you appear different.
Yes. I believe that this is the first step in my journey to what Zorik had done. You all remember
So you're
the
turning your face into a chair.
I mean, if somebody wants to sit on it.
This is
Good
a
one.
family-friendly stream.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Your visage is fresher, I shall say.
My thanks. I just did not want to betray my youth no longer.
Is this its extent, or can you change your look wholly?
I do not know. This is the first time I have attempted anything, and this is as far as I was willing to push myself on this evening.
At the very least, please curb yourself before you do emulate your master and create another
Let's hope
chair.
you don't have a future in home furnishings.
Well, it is reversible, I have learned. So, if I make a chair, I can unmake a chair.
Could you be
What of the boy?
another person?
I do not know. It's certainly something that is worth trying, though.
Could be worth trying.
I don't think
That'd be
that
very handy.
it would. My lack of vocal talent would betray the guys immediately, but from afar it could work.
But you can manipulate memories as well, yes?
I don't know. No, I cannot. I can only force people to do things without their intent.
You could tell them to hear you as you appear.
Oh, yes, I suppose I could.
If they're familiar with the person.
That is exactly how that would work, yeah.
Rosamund, you asked about the boy.
Yes.
Where is this child?
He's still being kept at my keep in a room down in the basement under watch.
The boy
How is
says he
he?
was summoned.
He did not go, though.
We could not leave him. My duties have kept me too busy. Perhaps the next time he is summoned, we will tail him. Find his benefactor.
Yes, hopefully have more luck than we did last time.
You found the boy. For now, that's enough.
We have more to go on this time, and we have more tricks between us to see what we can see.
And
now we have the news of Cuthwin's return.
Well, they're
We shall have
talking.
to prepare for that.
Give me a resolve plus awareness check. What is your dice pool?
For me, resolve plus awareness is it's not gonna be high. You know what? That's 4 dice.
That's 4 dice.
add him one.
You need 3 successes.
Oof. Is this just a natural, no disciplines or anything? Actually, I don't think I can use auspics or anything like that.
You can
So
have,
just
you can
4
have
dice.
aspects with this if you want.
Eyes of the Beast, whatever.
Yeah, you can do heightened senses.
Sense the unseen. I don't have heightened senses, so no.
Sense the
Okay.
unseen? Not yet. but we
All right.
not yet.
4 glorious dice. Here we
Yep.
go.
Do you want
That's 2 successes.
Okay, you don't know
sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna burn another willpower. Come on.
Okay, go ahead.
I only have 3 left, so.
There
Yeah,
you go. All right. You notice, specifically you, because you shoot it away, that the raven is back.
That's it. I'm killing the raven.
Okay.
Not a seabird, so it's not bad luck.
I'm not going on a boat, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I will draw the sword. It's a dumb animal. It's fine. I will draw the sword.
Be broken.
As you
I'll draw the sword I took.
As you draw the sword, you hear a rustling in the woods, and out of nowhere, a form just sort of appears. Hands up. It's got its hands up. It's wearing a dark, rough-hewn robe with a dark hood over its head. Hands up. Easy. There's no need for that.
What's the meaning of this intrusion?
I was curious. I've been watching you, and I was curious.
You will lower your hood.
Keeps his hands up, and he goes, I'm going to lower my hood. Pulls back his hood, lowers it, and he's got wild dark hair, wild scraggly beard, piercing eyes. Piercing gray eyes. They're not glowing red, they're just piercing gray. Ashen skin, very pale. He does not carry a sword. Doesn't carry a torch. Barehanded.
This raven is yours. What are you called?
I'm called many things, but you can call me Aldhelm. Gangrel. Exile. Wanderer.
What is that
Traveler.
word?
Gangrel.
Told we were
What
the
is
only
that?
ones.
What is Gangrel?
What is Gangrel?
What is Gangrel? What a question. I am Gangrel. What I am. My lineage.
I'm Danish. My lineage.
No, you were so much more. For 3 weeks, I've witnessed you having a conversation out here. I've heard much.
Too much, perhaps.
Don't
Explain
worry.
yourself plainly. What are you? Who are you?
I'm Aldhelm. I come from London.
Long way from London.
It was. Imagine my surprise when everyone I knew here was gone.
Who did you know here? You speak in riddles. Speak plainly.
There were people like you in Winchester.
They have names.
They do not anymore. They are ash on the wind, gone, destroyed, vacant.
How do you know this?
Whom do you refer, sir? Again, speak plainly.
Who do I refer? The Cainites that lived in Winchester are gone.
You are Cainite then. Winchester is east of here.
North.
We were told we were the Cainites here in Wessex by our sires. Who is your sire, perhaps?
Your sires. How new are you?
How old are you?
He seems curious. He steps forward a little bit, almost unafraid.
I draw my sword.
That's 2 swords drawn that he notices.
I hold it towards the ground. I don't raise it threateningly, but it's out.
Admiral's going to put his sword away. This guy wants to talk, not fight. And perhaps we could help enlighten one another.
What do you mean the ones that were here before are gone?
Cainites that I knew in Winchester are dead. Or have at least have vanished. And I've been searching for them. For weeks. And I found nothing. No trace of them. Nothing.
They left. They said they went on a journey to the east.
They went on a journey to the east.
That's
He
what they
smiles.
said.
His face just kind of erupts into a large grin. Because that's kind of exhales, but he doesn't really exhale.
Did they
leans
have
back.
guises as living people? Names that we might know of those in Winchester? Or were they hidden people?
They were, he chuckles a little bit, hidden people.
I know of people who don't have public faces, not even those who are Cainites. There are always people not seen by the rest of us. Seems that those who are not living, who despise the light of day, have an easier time of that. What I'm asking you, sir, again, speak plainly. What were their names? Would we know of them?
You wouldn't know of them. And they have no names anymore, and we'll leave it like that.
You are Gangrel. Is that from your sire? Were they Gangrel?
Leans against the tree, goes, they didn't teach you anything, did they?
Those who bestowed our gifts left shortly thereafter are... Well, I've said too much. We are council, so it is not for me to say.
You know how much they've taught us. You've been listening the whole time, right? So again, dispense with the riddles.
You're right. You're right. I've been watching. I've been waiting. I've been feeding. It's been difficult. I'm going to be moving on. But I wanted to let you know that you're not alone. That they will be missed. It will take some time. Word travels slow. And I can be convinced not to carry that word along the wind.
We've been feeding upon the Reeves boy.
You mean Osfrith? I fed on him once
Indeed.
or twice.
And you call him to the barley field?
No, I do not.
Why should we believe you?
You don't need to. But I do not call him to the barley field. Something else does. But it makes it convenient for me to feed when he does.
You hold your knowledge of this blessing above us. Did you close the wound on the boy, or were you sloppy in that regard?
That wound is not mine.
Have you sired another, perhaps? One you've not kept leash on?
No, he chuckles. No, I have not. I could be convinced to stay and guide you. I have much knowledge to pass on.
and spill it, what would you need? What would we need to do to convince you?
Allow me a seat on this council. We will make your Wessex dream come true.
You understand we would need to confer amongst ourselves on this matter. What do you seek? What is your goal? Do you seek a just Wessex for the people therein? Do you seek power for yourself?
I seek an end to my exile.
From whence? You think
London.
being on this council, known by none other, that we would have influence to reintroduce you to the Cainite Society of London, whatever that may entail?
He looks to Anarad, you were saying?
Listen, one exile to another. You must have done something pretty bad to have been chucked out of London. So what is it? What's the crime of which you've been accused?
I don't kneel well. There are things of a certain age you can't even imagine on this island. And I don't kneel well. So I've come west to see my friends, and my friends are gone. My friends have friends.
They may too be gone. How are we to know without names?
My friends have friends in other places, such as Bath. Like I said, as I've said, I can keep this quiet. One or two costs. One, you bring me on. You take me out of my exile. I share my knowledge with you. And you allow me to feed and have domain in Winchester. And exist amongst you. Or you send me on your way with coin in my pocket. Perhaps assurances that you won't hunt me down. And a promise of a future favor. And I'll keep on the goings on of Wessex secret. But the choice is yours. I could do with either.
Coin in
do
your
without
pocket
your
doesn't-
veiled threats. Presumptuous to
pocket.
assume we'd let you leave at all.
I propose a task of good faith. We do not hold dominion of the greater Winchester area, and feeding is difficult enough for 6 of us. But perhaps, if this poacher problem that we have, that which is fed on the Reeves boy after you, could be solved, we might consider the former option. We could use your knowledge. Again, I am one voice of 6, but I propose this.
Seconded.
Someone hiding in the shadows often spills secrets. I should know. Coin in your pocket does not guarantee a silent tongue. Especially for such a long journey.
A simple man. Simple tastes. Blood on the road. Mead in the hall. Fight here or there. But I will give you some advice for free. You're going to need to learn the rule of 1,000. There's no way. It is unhealthy for the 5 of you to spend so much time in this estate.
That is noted. We are finding our feet, so to speak. This is, as you know, new to us. We will learn our ways and best to execute them. If you are to remain, your feeding would have to be the further reaches of the lands, the smaller communities. The estate itself is, well, spoken for.
I don't need to feed in the estate. I plan to feed in Winchester. That's the
Are there
agreement I'm
perhaps
looking to
toes
make.
that we don't know of that you might be stepping on, your friends notwithstanding?
No, you do not understand. There are no Cainites in Winchester. All the Cainites I know are gone.
Is Winchester safe then?
They're gone and you're here.
Here is not there.
Here is not far from there.
Before we worry about Winchester, we have matters to deal with to keep our own necks whole. Matters of politics in the short term.
Indeed.
Leif.
I don't envy you.
Enrod,
Hmm?
Roswin, what have you to say?
I do not trust this man. I do not trust his manner of approach. I believe he should be killed where he stands. But that's only my opinion.
Given his position, would you choose to expose yourself to those as us? Would you step before me and expose yourself any way other than the most cautious? And I sheathe my sword. There is more power than that of the crown. Knowledge is power.
Those of you watching him, notice his hands. He's got them folded in a steeple in front of his face. His nails on his hands grow. They begin to extend out of his fingers. At the threat, once you say we should kill him, that's when that happens. The nails out of his claws just grow out of his hands.
I don't believe that we should be so hasty. Clearly, there's a lot that we could learn from Aldhelm, was it?
Aldhelm, yes.
Agreed.
And a simple trade, quid pro quo, seems reasonable to me.
I do not trust him either, but I do believe in quid pro quo, so I think I have to side with you guys. He could be useful.
I believe he's more useful. I believe he's more useful here than traveling afar, telling tall tales.
He looks at Roswin. He kind of tilts his head. Have you changed your mind, or you still wish to see me dead?
Make no mistake, I wish to see you dead too.
Only
Just not
time will
yet.
Tell, dog. Only time will tell.
We shall vote then. The test by the task, wherein the next week, if he can provide us the poacher's head, then we shall consider the matter further and prepare for our own duties this week.
One of us must means be there when the poacher's head is severed to confirm that it's not just a head.
He begins to laugh. You're going to give me a task. Oh, that's Childer. That's it's quaint. He goes, I'll give you a
Simple enough
task.
fun.
He goes, I'll give you a task. survive the year, and I'll come back and ask permission again. And he kind of chuckles, and he steps back into the woodline. The first thing you notice, he gets very quiet where he was. The silence, the laugh of his silence cuts off immediately. The bird takes flight.
Kill all crows on sight.
Well,
Right.
Well, I think we fucked that up.
there's a decision taken out of our hands. Well, you know what happened, right? Our sires clearly disposed of all of the other Cainites in Winchester to make room
We don't
for
know
us.
that.
You don't think that it's beyond them?
Our sires could be the very same people that he was speaking of.
I don't think so. Our sires don't stay in this. They're not from this domain, right?
No,
actually,
your sires are from the continent. They mentioned that.
Yeah.
Speculation seems unhelpful right now. To be sure, they left us unprepared.
That's why I thought perhaps as shady as this gentleman was, he may have been of some use. As long as we scratched his back, he could be relied upon to scratch ours at least to an extent. But, well, maybe we see him in a year if we're still alive.
I see no sense in trusting a man that we just met that approaches us with threats.
trust is earned.
To be fair, you made the threat first.
No, he
The
threatens
threat
to
was the
expose
watching.
us to others for really no apparent reason, so I have no reason to trust him.
You seem desperate to me. Never mind.
He's a predator. A lone
All in the
wolf.
past.
He is a Cainite with animal affinities. The outcome of this possibly doesn't bode well for us, knowing that, well, he is a mouth on the run, so to speak. And we know now that there are others, or were, around us, unbeknownst to us and our sires. Another thing to worry about.
I'll take a look around, if just for show. If there really is a vacancy in Winchester, that's another thing to discuss.
He made a good point about there being too many of us on the estate. Maybe it's time for me to go back and sleep in the onion stinking cellar.
You're here, are you, Leif? At the gathering?
I mean, yeah, it can be for sure.
Excellent. I wasn't excluding you.
Maybe you just rolls up now.
Yeah.
He's just been
What I
listening this
missed,
whole time.
guys? Well, we're not alone, and looks like our sires did a mass murder for us, so yeah.
Allegedly.
Alleged mass murder.
I didn't think I was here, else I would have said something. Sorry about that.
We're doing our weekly coterie meeting in the Conspiracy Grove.
Open forum now.
Conspiracy Grove, I like that. I made
Perhaps we can
several
find-
remarks.
Oh, sorry.
I
go
made
ahead.
several remarks in reference to how young we are. I wonder how old and where he comes from.
London.
Then is he European?
Aldhelm is a Saxon name.
Yeah, but did he appear to be European?
He appeared to be of the island. Just his hair was long and he was a little scraggly, which is unusual for long hair is unusual for the people.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Sounds like we may see him again in a year's time.
He might be flying around earlier than that, though.
Yeah, I have a feeling if we keep our eyes open, we'll see him before the year is up.
Indeed.
either way, we need to move some of us at least into Winchester to make sure that we don't get squatters.
Yes. Lodgings in Winchester.
That seems like a proper task for a merchant.
Indeed. After introductions are made to Cuthwin.
Of course.
And on,
Sure,
and
I
on
look
that
forward
end,
to that.
I pray you are prepared, Windtreader, for his return.
Have we a plan
Yes.
to deal with him?
And do prepare to manipulate his mind with your gifts.
I mean, if I need to, I will. Hopefully, we can soften the blow before it comes to that.
I am prepared to offer the gold as fealty.
We shall see if it will come to that. Perhaps we shall have to confront Agnar Childface and alter his memories, retaining them that Ethelwine put him up to his destruction of our granary and slaughter of our animals in a childish, cowardly fashion.
I believe
at
that'd
the
be
same
most
time,
wise.
Absolve you, Sunni, of any suspicion on the matter. His ire with you will be replaced for me and the fight he tried to pick from me and back down from.
The debt of grain will have to be paid. The winter stores are low.
Perhaps we may ask you to provide us the gold so that we may supplicate Cuthwin and, by extension, the king.
If Ethelwyn is responsible for the destruction of the grain, then I see why he should not be responsible for replacing it as well.
Why should you have to give up your gold if it is something that he did? We did not
Yeah.
cause this.
A gesture of goodwill.
Indeed, that would be, yes, that you suggest it, though I suppose we shouldn't bet on Cuthwin taking Agnard's word that Ethelwine put him to the task.
I'm afraid if you offer him the gold, he may see it as a sign of guilt also. Best we make a plan as to your purposes here, what you're here to trade, and so on and so forth. A plausible story will go much further than supplication.
It seems to me
We
that this
could-
could be turned to our advantage.
I was thinking, using my new power, hopefully, that I could tell Cuthwin that he invited the Danes before he left. He just, just needs to have that put into his mind and alter it.
Is that something you are capable of?
It is something I have learned. I have not tried it yet, though.
As you continue your discussion, you hear a horn blast in the distance. Not the horn of Agnar's horn. No, a low horn, a returning horn, a signal.
We must make haste.
Beard
That
is
is
returning.
Cuthwin's return.
He is here.
Great.
We mount up.
Wintretta makes her way back very slowly.
I'll make my way towards the estate on foot so that we're arriving at different times, not arousing too much suspicion. I brought with me the tunic that I made to match the the gown that I bought Windretta for the return banquet. So I'll be presenting that to him on behalf of Lady Windretta.
Oh, Anorad's wearing the outfit you made for him last time.
Looking sharp. Looking sharp.
Looking
Smells
sharp?
less like onions.
You looking sharp too, Joshy?
Not entirely unlike onions, but less like
Yes,
onions.
yeah, of course. I'm wearing my most presentable self.
That's
Lack
it.
of scars and all.
And how about Leif?
I'm wearing my new tunic as well.
Excellent. Kendrick, you got your shield all looking good? Freshly painted?
All polished up.
No,
Yep.
it's not polished. It's wood. You have a wood shield. Not
Painted
metal.
then.
Freshly painted. Fantastic. First come the riders, 3 in number, cresting the eastern path like ghosts above the barley. Their torches flicker gold against the dark sky, casting long shadows as they descend toward the estate. Then come the men on foot, marching in silence, spears slung, shields dulled by road grime, their faces drawn long by travel and something heavier than distance. And behind them all, atop a gray gelding that bears no heraldry, rides Alderman Cuthwin. He wears no crown, no armor that glints, only a wool cloak roughened by wind and rain. The haft of a sword just beneath it, but his hand does not touch the hilt. He does not wave. He does not call out. He stares forward, past the gates, toward the hall that bears his name but no longer feels his own. As the fjord reaches the palisades, the dogs begin to bark, but no horn sounds, not this time. The villagers watching the windows do not cheer. They step back into their homes if unsure if they're witnessed a return or an omen. Cuthwin dismounts without ceremony. His leg stiffens as he hits the ground, his gait heavier than when he left. A servant rushes forward to take his horse, but he stops short at the look the alderman's eyes. He walks up the hill alone. The doors of the mead hall are open, the hearth is lit, and for the first time in weeks, the man who owns this place walks beneath the beams once more. He does not greet his wife. He does not speak to the household. He steps into the hall like a man returning to warmth, but to trial. He moves to his seat and he sits. What does everyone do?
How long was the fjord away?
The fjord has been away for about a month. Well, actually, more than probably about 3 months to be. Yes, 3 months because they marched out and they marched back. So 3 months, the entire season.
You'd think a man gone for 3 months would have been happy to return home. This doesn't bode well, my friends.
I'm going to try and lighten the mood. Anorod will strike up a tune.
Okay.
Just going to start like.
You're gonna start.
Because it's like, yeah, just because it's like, you know, like everyone. It's not just Cuthwin who's coming back, right? Obviously, he's in a crappy mood for obvious reasons, but everybody else is probably happy to be back. So, I'll play a joyous song about soldiers returning from war.
All right.
Of which I'm sure I know many.
Exactly. You'd probably know plenty, and your difficulty to cheer everybody up. If you're looking to cheer up Cuthwin, your difficulty is going to be a 5. But if you're aiming just to cheer up everyone else, your difficulty is a 3. What's your dice pool for manipulation plus performance?
Oh, manipulation plus performance. So I have 5, 6 if you include one of my specialties. I assume harp or poetry.
What's your charisma
So, yeah,
plus? What's your charisma performance?
Charisma performance is 7, 8, including my specialty.
All right. Are you going to try? Are you trying for Cuthwin's mood, or are you just going to try to get the mood of the party?
What did you say the difficulty for Cuthwin was?
5.
Oh, I forgot. I get an extra dot from my lore sheet that I have.
Yes, for your heart.
Oh, actually 2 additional dice. So that's actually 10 dice. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that for Cuthwin.
You only have one
You
hunger
can do
currently,
it.
correct?
Sorry, I only currently have one
One
hunger.
hunger. That is correct. Yes.
So here we go.
Well, that is spectacular.
Oh, wow.
That is
All right.
amazing. That is
That's the performance of a
6,
lifetime, guys.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes.
That's more
Fantastic.
successes than I've rolled this whole game.
That's more
I'm
successes
never
than
gonna roll like
anyone has
that
rolled.
again.
You begin
Never
to
gonna roll
play,
like that again.
and it is the scene from the end of almost every Disney movie you've ever seen. As Cuthwin, grumpily sitting on his throne, begins to actually tap his foot to the music you're playing. And while he's staring off into the distance, a grin kind of cracks at the edge of his lips as they begin to tilt upward as you get something out of him. Everyone else seems to really be enjoying themselves, going crazy. You may have just saved Agnar's life. It's a possibility. You've played so
I'd do
well
it for him.
Yes.
What's everyone else up to during all this? Wendretta, how about you?
Oh, she's kind of off to the side. She tends to always stay out of his way no matter what, because the less she needs to be around him, the better. So even when he comes home, it's kind of off to the side in the shadows because he doesn't want to see her, and she definitely doesn't want to see him right now. So she's kind of just staying in the shadows for now, kind of seeing what else is going around and gauging his mood. Thankfully, he seems to be tapping his toe.
Are you who? By the way, we are in a social situation. Raise of hands. Who's activating Blush of Health?
Oh,
me.
So make your browse checks, everybody. All right. So who went up?
Not me.
I went up, I'm pretty sure.
All
there we
right.
go. I was going to say I wasn't
as
getting
well.
my...
Real barn. Ooh, yeah, a little granary burning, a little too soon.
I would say that I've noticed that Honorad's trying to lighten the mood or whatever, so I will try my best to inconspicuously pour a nice large glass of wine and offer it to the lord of the house.
He looks
To a
at
good
you.
return, my lord.
He looks at you as you hand him the wine, and he doesn't take it. He says, "Drink it."
I will. I'll take a sip of it.
He waits. He watches, make sure you don't begin to choke. And he takes it. He goes, "And you are?"
I'm Roswin, my lord. I'm the seamstress to Lord Athelwine. Your wife, Lady Wendretta, has asked me to make a fine gown for your return banquet. And she's also asked me to create this fine tunic for you. And I offer him the tunic. It matches her dress. It's purple. It's got some nice embroidery on it. Nothing too ostentatious, but befitting of his status.
Given that he has had a major mood boost from the music this evening, he does not dismiss you in any way, shape, or form. He takes the clothes and he graciously thanks you for them.
I'll give him a nice bow before I go off to find Wendretta in a corner and also offer her a glass of wine because I know she needs it.
And thankfully, she can drink it.
You can drink it, but you gain none of the benefit of it, so you're at a -2 to your until you feed on someone with alcohol.
Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Well, it should
are
be
you a
easier this
functional
time.
addict?
She's a functional
Yes.
addict.
She is a
Jeez.
functional
I
addict.
didn't know that. I didn't know that about you.
Oh yeah, she's a hardcore alcoholic.
Hashtag lore drops.
All right. What is Wendretta doing?
She's still off it.
Still off in
She's
the
still off in the corner. Until
Your husband does not look at you in any way, shape, or form. He doesn't actually seem to be looking at anyone. He's kind of just staring off into the distance. He's like got a 1,000-yard stare.
So, like as a warrior, would I recognize that sort of behavior as like the post battle terror or whatever?
Give me a wits plus awareness. That's a great question. What's your wits and awareness?
One. One. I'm oblivious.
All right. You are oblivious, and you remember you had 3 hunger. You're at 3 hunger right now.
Yeah.
All right. So you do recognize it in him, but it does take you a while to notice it. You do recognize that he's just sort of off. He's not right. There's something wrong. He seems weaker than he's been before. Those of you who don't know him. So if those of you who haven't met him before, when Dreda Kendrick, you get a feeling that there's something less vital about him.
Well, I guess that means it's time for her to come out of the shadows and go walk up to her husband. Kind of approaches, not slowly, but she doesn't run up to him, and she kind of stands off to the side just a little bit, to show respect. And let's see, she says, "It is good to see you home alive, my dear husband. How were your travels?"
Because they were well. The campaign went well. Would that I bring you much? You'll see. He claps his hands, and 2 soldiers start bringing in chests. Because half of this will go to Egbert, and the rest belongs to us. We took this from the Cornish. And there he opens it up, and it is silver. It is silver cups, silver rings, plates, all sorts of different trinkets. So much silver that it made Davy's camera disappear.
Is there some sort of like is this kind of like a triumph, or no? Is it like, are they parading the wealth, or are they hiding the wealth?
They are parading the wealth.
Sunni is front and center, hooting and hollering, cheering, waving, just making a scene about like, "Oh my god, this is so fucking great!"
Lady Windreda has prayed for your victory from sunup till midnight, and it seems God has truly blessed us.
Yes, he goes, "Thank you, wife. Thank you. Have a seat. Drink, eat, be merry. You look well, but unwell at the same time."
I have not been sleeping well.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, she says, I have not been sleeping well. I've just been praying for your good return the entire time you've been gone. Although you look tired, more so than usual. Did anything happen?
Some combat, my dear. Just a
Sorry, I'm back.
combat. No, you're good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I thought it was all the gold. Major
Yeah, it made me glitch out.
Do you have a bane against silver? Because nobody wants to be in this room right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just, Anrod will be silently fuming at the wealth taken from his people by these rapacious conquerors.
Well, Jordan, he seems like
he ain't gonna do anything about it.
He seems the music has calmed him a little bit. He seems a little less brusque than usual with you.
She's noticed. He actually said, "My dear wife."
He didn't call you woman.
Exactly.
Invite him to a nice, comfortable bed.
She is not seducing that man.
Is it outwardly apparent that he might have been fed upon? You said he looked run down.
Give me a wits plus awareness check. Difficulty 4.
Negative.
Negative. You can't really tell why he's so listless.
Can I tell?
Try the skull. It's a soul, not the skull.
You can scry his soul. You can scry his
Yes,
soul
sir.
if you like. Yep, absolutely. Maybe we get to aspects real quick.
Try his skull. That sounds better.
That's 3
Oh.
successes.
Oh,
I think that's
Good
all
enough.
you need. I think that's all you needed. I don't think you gotta. I think you're fine. Just let me double check. Scry the soul. Make a rouse check. Okay, so you did not get hunger. Composure versus his composure plus resolve. Composure plus subterfuge. All right, you got 1 success at least. So you may ask one of the following questions. Number of questions equal to the number of margins, you get 1. So you can ask any of those questions that you see in Scry the Soul.
I find it pretty strange that he came back in the middle of the night, so I think that find out if he's a vampire, werewolf, ghoul, or supernatural creature. Might be the question to ask.
I like the way God is smiling.
Is pale.
oh my god.
He's not a vampire, but his aura is pale.
Mm.
He's a ghoul. Just to answer your question, because I have to answer your question, he is a ghoul. Or was a ghoul might be the better answer. Might still be a ghoul or in the process of. He's a ghoul. We'll just leave it there. He's a ghoul.
Somebody took the time to feed him blood 3 times, at least. Not necessarily.
You're muted, nerd.
I was just saying he's been gone 3 months. Could be any number of people. I'd say that I handed Windretta that glass of wine, and I promptly went off to the corner to quietly vomit up that sip of wine I had to take in front of Cuthwin.
Okay, you're purging. I got you.
Binge and purge, binge and purge.
Roman style.
Suni, there's a lot of silver here. Your compulsion's not in effect, so don't feel bad. I'm not pushing you that way. I'm just letting you know there's a lot of silver here.
I'm more intent on endearing myself to the crowd than I am in hoarding wealth at this moment.
All right, well, you're endearing yourself to the crowd. Why don't you give me a manipulation plus etiquette roll? What is your roll? What is your dice pool?
That is a 6.
You can take half if you like, because the difficulty is 3.
Yeah, I'll take half. I don't want to risk that one.
All right, not with all this gold around and getting covetous. I agree. That's a great choice. You make yourself at home. People like you. They seem to enjoy your company. You're gregarious. You get along, even with the Saxons. Even though you kind of stand out a little bit, you're not. Oh no, you actually have to roll because you have Heathenborn.
Oh, that's true.
You do have to roll, yes. So you
Although
have 4 dice.
Didn't he get a boon from getting
He gets plus
baptized?
1. He gets plus 1.
Okay.
So you have 5 dice.
So I have 5 dice?
You have 5 dice, yes.
Okay.
That bath washed the heresy off of him.
At least
Thank
some
you.
of it.
Good memory. Good memory.
2. I'll re-roll those 3.
Okay.
for a total of 3 successes.
All right, you ingratiate yourself with the crowd, as I was saying. Everything I said still applies. They find you gregarious. They find they're willing to look past your heathenness because you seem to fit in so well. They eye you around the treasure because they don't completely trust you. You might be a thieving heathen for all they know, even though one did just try to burn the place down. But they let you. They have taken you in. Kendrick, what are you doing during all this?
Well, I'm expected to be working right now, because if so, I mean, I'm standing at my post. I'm assuming at Windreda's shoulder.
Okay, standing at Windreda's shoulder, trying to look all intimidating.
I mean, that's my job.
I'd like to whisper to Cynric, our Lord is now more than a man, but less than we.
Could Windreda hear that?
Like, you say it loud enough so Windreda can hear?
As long as I can say it loud enough that she will hear and Cuthwin doesn't. Or other prying ears.
All right, you know what? Actually, give me a... It's going to be hard for him to hear this. It's going to be difficulty 3 for him to make a wits plus awareness check for Cuthwin. Let's see how he does. He needs 3 successes. Okay, I just wanted to see. He seems oblivious to what you're saying to him.
All right. I asked twice, but as Lady Win. As Lady Win.
Oh, Lady Win.
Lady Win. Oh, okay.
Is that what you're implying, basically? Like Lady Win. Is she ghouled? I'm trying not to say that.
Sorry.
No, you're okay, Buzz.
Sorry.
I that you're really tired, so don't worry.
Yes, like Lady Win. I thought you were like shortening Windreda's name or something. I'm like,
that too.
That's what I thought too.
There's people with similar. Hey, at least it's not like Werewolf where everybody had the same freaking name, basically. But yeah, okay, well that's good to know.
Also, to be fair, she's really, really old. I doubt anyone refers to her as lady at this point, but
Right, well, that's just popped into my head.
Old broad is probably not as good.
Old Win.
Old broad.
Old Win.
The old hag.
Win the crone.
Did Windreda hear that?
Yes, Windreda can hear it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but Cuthwin didn't. Okay.
Can I tell by the severity of the aura how far into that process he may be?
No, you can just tell that he is a ghoul. You do know that he is supernatural in nature now.
We shall talk of it later, and
indeed
inform Suni and Anarod if you are able.
I'll do so. I'll slowly make the circuit.
Cuthwin takes a staff next to his seat and slams it down 3 times, calling the room to attention. The assembled thanes and members of his fjord silence themselves almost immediately. Do you stop playing, Davey, when this happens?
Absolutely.
Everyone else, what do you do when he calls everyone to attention?
I'll pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know. I look around to see what I'm supposed to do, and I do what I'm supposed to do.
Dude, he freezes where he was. Mid-dance.
Etiquette roll time.
Yeah, I would say I've composed myself. I've come out from the corner. I'm paying attention. I have a glass of wine in my hand. I'm pretending to sip from every so often.
Bring forth the accused, Cuthwin states. And Agnar, is dragged into the room. His broken hand bound. He's shackled together and he's pushed toward the fire. Cuthwin just stares at him. He says nothing. He looks to you, Windretta. And he says, wife, you were in charge. What happened? All humor has left his face. His whole mood has changed.
Why, this man, he came and he burned our granary, killed half our animals, killed 2 of our men. But it was stopped.
Why did he attack our granary?
Have you asked him that yet?
I plan to. I just wish to see what. I just wish to ask you first.
He did not tell me. As soon as he was captured, I put him in the basement for you to deal with, as is your duty. I did not feel it was my place to decide his fate.
It looks to Agnar. A woman's mercy has given you a week to live. I don't care why you did it. Take him out. Before we salt the earth, though, there are more questions to ask. Windretta, tell me, what are the rumors of these men who've moved into the estate? At this point right here, we're going to take a break at 10:30. We're going to start the questioning when we get back. Here we go, everybody. Here we go.
Ancestry doesn't allow me to grow the beard.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. We're back. And we're going to pick off just where we left off. I just want to do a quick mid-session check-in. Make sure everyone's good so far. I mean, we haven't had anything too traumatic yet, but Roswin, you good? Anarad, you good?
I hate the way you say nothing too traumatic yet.
Yes.
I'm fine for now.
Suni.
Dooney has calmed down since his tense interaction with the Gangrel earlier. That was not everybody is untraumatized tonight. Suni really didn't like that Gangrel.
Kendrick.
To me, seeing Gangrel not getting along, really?
I'm good. I'm so far. Kendrick's kind of reminding himself to breathe while he. This is kind of the thing that he's been worried about since this whole troop of people came back with us. So,
all right,
let's see how it's going to play out.
Seth is fine, of course, but Leif is probably a little apprehensive because this is kind of the linchpin of this whole operation that we got going on.
Windretta.
You know, Windretta and Ellie are both a little on edge right now.
Excellent.
Because this is going to be fun.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. All right. Because they sent me daughters when I asked for sons. Let's go. All right. Windretta, Cuthwin has asked you to step forward to explain yourself as to why these men, these pagans, who have been, 2 of them who have been baptized, one of them a bard, a handsome bard at that, has been invited into the estate. He has questions.
Well, husband, the 2 Danes you see are merchants. One day, I went into Winchester, and I ran into them. They had a very good business proposition for us. And as such, I've decided to leave that up to you, although I do believe that their business proposition is a good one. I brought them to the estate so that when you returned, they would be here to discuss a plan. And as for the bard, it's quiet in the estate. I like to hear music. That's why he is around.
Give me a manipulation plus etiquette roll.
What am I looking?
What is your dice pool?
6.
6. I would like a 4, please.
All right.
Actually, no, he's in a good mood. I'm going to let you take half on a 3 because of that critical success from Anarad.
I'm going to take half.
He looks at you and he goes, very well. Very well. He looks to the bard. You may stay.
Thank you, sir.
He looks to Suni. He goes, what is it you sell?
I sell anything that I can get my hands on. That being said, I specialize in creating a network, a pattern, a back and forth, inroads, caravans. So it wouldn't just be one thing for one thing, it would be one thing for many things, Some wool for a sword.
10%.
10%?
10%.
Absolutely, Lord.
I
appreciate your kindness.
He looks to Leif, and what is it you provide?
Information, Lord. We Danes have a hard time in blindly following a Christian lord. So let's call it translation. To translate the wishes of his lordship into language we Danes can understand.
I understand you are no longer a Dane. You are now a Christian.
I still hail from distant shores, but I've seen the light and grace of our Lord, my Lord.
Give me a wits plus subterfuge.
Since you are lying.
Yes, this is a contested roll.
You're playing it well as a player, but let's see how.
Yeah.
Okay, so your compulsion is coming into effect. As your Malkavian derangement comes into effect, giving you a -2.
Such great timing.
Such great timing. As you begin to, how does your Malkavian curse manifest beyond the -2 that you get to your physical? Do you have? Do you hallucinate?
Hallucinations.
So you'll get a -2 to your social and your mental. What are you hallucinating right now?
Do I get a pick?
Yeah, tell me what you're hallucinating.
I am hallucinating that our esteemed returned Lord has been granted favor by the Christian God. And he's been granted favor by the Christian God. And I see him standing sword blooded over the corpse of Ethelwine.
All right, so you are at a -2 to all your social and mental rolls for the rest of the scene while you're continuing to hallucinate. And he stops and he looks at you because it's visible that you are reacting to something. He is deaf. You have not seen this behavior. His eyes didn't cloud over. He's not having a premonition. He is visibly reacting to something that he sees that you cannot. He's, Cuthwin stops and he leans in his chair. He says, "What is wrong with you?"
I've been a seer for my whole life, Lord. And I'm having a vision in which you take center precedent.
Tell me of your vision. And you hear a murmur from the off in the corner from a priest. "Silence!" Cuthwin shouts at him. "Tell me your vision, seer."
Since my baptism, the nature of the visions has changed. I believe them to be visions coming from my new Lord, and he grants you favor. Favor over an old enemy.
Yes.
Are Aethelwines like soldiers here?
No.
And okay, so me, like as the character, I know about Aethelwine and Childface, right?
Yes.
Okay. As a point of fact, Lord, I believe it to be an old enemy that's fired the winter stores of grain.
Damn Cornish. He says, "Thank you for letting me know this." How?
I believe it to be Lord Aethelwine, my lord.
Saint Ethelwine. Ethelwine. Eldegar's man? Why would he have any cause to fire my grain?
While you were gone, he tried to take your lands from you. They held a Witten.
Nonsense.
With respect, I can attest.
It's true, my lord. I was also present for the Witten.
Stands and he walks out. He goes, the last thing you hear him say is, I need counsel. As he leaves, you feel a tug on the back of your dress, Roswin. It's Win.
Good evening.
It's Osrith, ma'am.
Yes.
You must come. You must see.
I follow her right away.
You have an opportunity.
Is anyone in the coterie?
You have an
I was going to say, is
yep.
anyone within the coterie within eyesight? I'm going to kind of
I'll come
get
with
someone
you.
else's attention.
Widretta would like to go and see this.
Yeah, I yes.
We'll have to move out one at a time so it's not so conspicuous.
Okay, I'll follow in right away. What's going on?
Widretta looks.
With Anarboard.
Yeah, Windretta's gonna look around a little bit, make sure everything looks pretty good, and kind of slip out about a couple minutes after Roswin does, looking like she's going in a different direction, but she's not.
Find Osrith in his chambers, wrapped in linen. His body stinks of river water and sweat, though the servants say he has not left. Blood seeps from the wound is on his neck again. The wound is reopened, and it's opening in slow pulses. He seems feverish, muttering. Friggith, the local village healer, is tending to him with bitter smelling cloths. He should be dead. But the wound will not stay shut. I know the stench. It's not rot. It's something owed. Wynn approaches, he goes, something's wrong with the boy. We don't know what it is.
Where was he found?
It was here in these chambers.
I'm going to be looking around to see if I can see anything obfuscated, and hopefully won't screw up this time.
All right, sense the unseen. Go for it.
And I will run around looking at things with sense the unseen. Sense the unseen is, if I remember correctly, wits, awareness plus aspects.
Wits plus aspects.
Just wits plus aspects. Okay, right.
Yep.
That is pretty.
Wits plus obfuscate or the yep.
That's not a good roll for me. Let's see how much. I'm running a little low on willpower, so maybe I won't re-roll
Probably
that.
don't re-roll it because I'm about to roll a lot of dice to counter you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you don't notice anything. You do run around the room and you're looking. You don't notice
Everything's
anything.
fine.
But you do notice.
Has anyone entered the room?
Has anyone entered the room? No. Do you close the door behind
besides
you?
Frigate and Wynn.
Besides Frigate and Wynn, do you close the door?
Yes.
All right. So you're looking. You've looked around the room. Does anyone want to? Does anyone have any medicine? Would like to inspect the wound?
I have nothing in medicine. I have one Dalton occult. I don't know, like that would help with anything, but
I have 2 dots in survival, but that doesn't count.
I'm pretty smart.
You're pretty smart.
Yeah. I mean, like, if it's an occult thing, I could do intelligence occult for 5 dice, but that's about the best I have. I don't have any investigation.
Actually, you know what? Give me an intelligence plus occult. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
I think you might. I think if you get a difficulty 3, I think we can get something out here for you.
That is 3.
That is 3 successes. While the wound, you're not used. You've never heard myths of Cainites, but you have heard myths of creatures that bite and take from people on the Isle. They trick them in. They trick them off the path. They bite them. They take them. Often considered fairy creatures. Just under the blanket fairy mythology. Once again, specifically under the Britons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the boy stiffens. His eyes roll back and he begins to mutter words he shouldn't know. He begins talking about outcast and the queen. And then he stops and he starts talking about a dressmaker who died, an apprentice. Then, in a voice that's no longer his, Leif, you actually begin hearing maybe your own voice for a second. But suddenly the candlelight dims, and a coldness spreads across the ground like dew. And in the corner where you're sure you looked, Anarad, you see it briefly for a second. Hooves, a crown, a whirling wind of leaves. And briefly, you all see the form of a boy, or is it a man, with hooved feet. And then you hear, a shepherd lad did skip through barley hold, and plucked a thorn not meant to mortal hold. He danced, he laughed, he whistled not to heed, and now the field shall whisper when he bleeds. He touched a gift once offered to a king, and turned it to a trinket lost in spring. What's taken cannot back be hand be placed, and thus the debt is named. The child is disgraced. It looks to Leif. Seer, seer, thy gods are deaf and dry. They bid thee dream, yet leave thee not that sky. What wisdom hides behind thy milky gaze, what fire speaks in riddles, not in blaze. It looks to Anarad. Sweet harper, hast thou lost thy tune to grief? Thy song what stitch now rends like withered leaf. The girl who danced thine echo marked her fall, yet still thy pride doth climb the burning wall. To ye crowned yourselves in ash and called it gold. Ye drink the moon, but shun what stars foretold. The boy you guard is marked by things unseen, and I shall feast upon his shattered dream. And the wind whips up, and it begins to envelop the form. Do you attempt to do anything as the wind begins to whip?
Is it enveloping the guy with the hooves, or is it enveloping the boy?
The guy with the hooves.
I would like to point out that we still have at least one mortal in the room with us, Friggith, and I'm going to assume that around the time that the wind starts whipping up and the candles start dimming, I'm gonna try and feign some piety here. I'm going to cross myself, and I'm going to say, Friggith, go fetch the priest. I fear the boy needs his last rites. Get her out of the room.
I don't know, like...
Is the form plainly visible to all of us, or is it
It's
just
plainly
Anarad who can
visible
see
to
it?
all of you.
I think I'm going to try to. I think I'm going to try to grapple him to keep him from evaporating.
Yeah, I think I'll help you with that.
If I see them going for it, I'm going to go for it.
All right, so how
I'll move
many
to
of you
grab
are
him as
going
well.
to go for it?
Well, who's the best grappler? Kendrick, probably.
Probably Kendrick.
6.
What am I looking at? Strength plus brawl?
Strength plus brawl.
That's a 7.
Okay, that's a 7 plus 3 because you have all the help for everyone else. So that's 10 dice.
We're inventing rugby.
So roll your dice. Well, how many? 3 successes. Okay.
One more. Yeah. Actually, hold on. I am going to willpower. I'm going to roll 3 more.
So is he.
I get a crit.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
So as you grab this thing, this child, this man, and it begins to speak again. Oh, widowed, robed in secrets, robed in grace. Why do thy mirrors weep to see thy face? Thou art the rose whose thorns do kiss the grave. Yet wilt thou roll or wilt thou crawl and crave?
I bite him.
You bite him. Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. You bite him.
Didn't see that coming.
You sink your teeth into his neck. Give me a rouse check, please. All right. So you do not get hungrier. But first, your eyes turn gold. Your blood begins to boil in your body. Gasp escapes the child man hoofed thing's face as you drink deep. And then suddenly, you see things you've never seen before. Indescribable things. The room is no longer the room. It is a complete acid trip. Ellie is correct. Is absolutely correct. You
Don't
see,
drink Fey blood, guys.
you
I feel he's gone
see
off.
what you're holding in its full form. It is a boy with a crown and hooved feet, with a mischievous grin on its face, and it is an ecstasy. But you take 2 aggravated damage.
Well done.
as the blood courses through your body. Give me a frenzy check, resolve plus composure.
Oh, great.
Difficulty 3.
I'm gonna re-roll 3 of those.
I would hope so.
No.
Oh no!
Kendrick enters a fear frenzy
Oh.
as the weight of what he sees and the damage he's taken from drinking the blood of the creature before him causes his mind to snap, and he rushes out of the room in absolute terror, pushing everyone aside, knocking people away, pushing through the fjord, stiff-arming through people as he pushes out through the door. He kicks open the door and he just runs out into the estate. Past Agnar, who's waiting by a barrow, and he just runs and runs and runs into the forest. Yes, Kendrick.
Let me just say that I'm a little tired, and I totally made the mistake for some reason overlooking the fact that you said it had like hooved feet, because I was thinking it was a vampire that was feeding on the kid. So that's my bad.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, to be fair, that this would be a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, none of us
we've
would.
never encountered Fae. We just think it's rumor.
Is it still there though? Is it?
It is still there. It has not moved. You guys aren't grabbing it. Kendrick is the only one who left and ran. Everyone else, you guys were helped hold it down. You are holding it down. It has not it has conspicuous. It has not reacted yet.
Who are you? What do you want?
I am what I am. I am who I am. What I am is of no concern to you. Let me go, or you shall
You're one of the hidden folk, aren't you? Those that live under the hills. I've heard of you.
The dwarves.
Yeah, or elves, one of the two. I never know what the appropriate.
Why do you torment this boy?
It is no longer a boy. You are now holding Anarad.
Anarad is who's holding Anarad?
Anarad is holding Anarad.
Ah!
And then he
Throw him down.
looks like.
Why do you come here? Cease these tricks and speak with us on.
Smiles at you, points to the boy. A shepherd lad did skip through barley bold.
Yeah, you did that part already.
He stole from my lord. And now
He stole?
He stole from my
The
lord
lion.
and cannot return what has been stolen.
He took something of the phase.
Yeah.
I'm gonna produce the small golden lion from my pocket, and I'm gonna hold it in front of him. Is this what you're referring to?
No. They cannot
What
be
did he
returned.
steal?
He's lost it. It's gone. And now we must torture him and torment him.
Who is your lord?
I dare not say his name.
This again. You know the barrel maker, right?
I do know the barrel maker, yes.
Does he also serve this lord?
No, the barrel maker serves I.
Serves you?
Oh. Yeah, he wouldn't speak your name either.
Wise.
What is your name, pray tell?
The names have power, I do not tell.
What can we call you then?
They say my kind never tells the truth. The names I give hold no power. You may call me Puka.
Very well.
Puka.
Robin. You may call me Robin. That is correct. Robin.
What can we do to make you stop tormenting this boy?
He is just a boy.
Or is he? It could be anything.
He is just a boy. What concern is it of yours? Give me the boy. Let me take the boy.
The concern is that you draw attention to our lands.
I'll take the boy and we'll be gone.
And what shall we say of his fate? That he's been whisked away by fairy creatures.
People will believe
You
anything.
hear me screaming in the background as I'm running, but it translates to maybe that would work out for the best if you just gave him the boy and be done with it. Solve a lot of problems.
If we give you this boy, will it satisfy your master?
Yes. Now be gone. He pushes his hands, and he kind of pushes your hands away from him. He seems to be sick of being touched.
All right, I'll stop grappling him, but if we find a way to return the thing that he's stolen, will you leave him be?
Can you return a baby's first laugh? The first breath of love?
How about...
Yeah, this isn't a straight answer. You speak in riddles, sir.
compensation then? Like for like in exchange. What would it take for you to leave this boy?
Boredom. I play games with you now, and if I wish you would leave. For now it's clear that I have no power, and you have no power over thee.
Very cryptic.
Very cryptic, but at that point it's going to, from its fairiness, it's going to activate majesty.
Oh, no.
Perfect.
And I'm pulling majesty up right now, so it does not need to make rouse checks because fairies do not make rouse checks. Charisma plus presence. People in the presence of the user can only stare, slack-jawed, or avert their eyes in fear of submission. After it makes it will make its draw, which is its charisma plus presence. You will roll charisma plus composure plus resolve. So I will go first. In order to do anything. So you don't need to roll it right now, but if you try to do anything against it, then you will roll. So, but
you
will
gonna try?
You will try. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll too.
Am I able to use unswayable mind on that?
Yes, you may add unswayable mind to your resolve, to your composure plus resolve test. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 8 successes.
Nah, I can't even fight that. Forget that.
I can't even fight that either.
I cannot do that. Even if I rouse, I still wouldn't have enough dice.
I can fight it. I have to crit, but I can fight it. That's not worth it.
Yep.
All right, so you have to, as you avert your eyes away from it, as you're forced to, look away from it in just complete sovereignty. It becomes almost illuminated and just powerful, and you turn away from it. As you do so, that momentary sense that you need to look away goes away. As when you look back up, he is gone. Robin has left the building.
Is the boy still there?
The boy is there. Shivering.
Is he alive?
He is alive.
Not be the same creature that's drawing him to the barley fields, though, because if he wanted to take him, why wouldn't he just take him then?
Because he doesn't want to take him.
He wants to.
He's a trickster. It's about the
Torment.
game, I think.
Yeah.
So he's just doing this for fun.
The fair, capricious bunch. The things that they do make no sense to us. It seems like a game because it is a game.
They speak in riddles. it seems like they enjoy whatever this is.
I fear this master of his may give us even more trouble.
As if we don't already have enough.
That I've heard of.
It's best to stay away from them.
What do we do with the boy?
Don't know. If you truly have, maybe we can find out what he stole. And if we can do that, then perhaps there's some way that we can find it or replace it. But
Are you able to
then,
rouse the boy to ask him questions? Or is he just completely out of it?
He is, as of right now, you can attempt to raise him up if you want. You shake him awake, he will awaken.
Can I compel him to awaken and stay awake?
You don't need to. You don't. If you do, you'll probably take a stain. You don't need to. You don't.
Yeah.
You definitely don't need to.
yeah, you can't do that with compel anyway. I don't think.
You would need to get eye contact and be like, "Stay awake." They're not necessary. Well, ask your questions of the boy, Osvith.
Seems you've been into quite some trouble. You will tell us what you did and who you did it to.
This all started when I was playing cards at the ale house. Not cards, I was playing games in the ale house. We were rolling. And I might have cheated.
Against whom?
I don't know.
What did he look like?
Tall. Thin. Pale.
What did you win for this cheating?
Silver coin.
Do you have it?
No, I spent it.
Where did you spend it?
The ale house.
Was there anything special about this coin?
It had old faces on it. Faces I didn't recognize.
Would you be able to recognize it if you saw it?
Yes, of course.
Maybe Wilna still has that. The coin. If she does, then we can trade her a non-cursed coin for that one.
Or perhaps some gold.
I'm afraid that it may not be as tangible as that. Our friend, Robin, indicated that it wasn't something that could be replaced. Perhaps
Something
this creature
ephemeral.
had its pride wounded.
Worth a try.
If these creatures are so concerned over games, it might be the loss that they're up in arms over.
Perhaps we should send you with this fairy creature, boy, so that you can admit your cheating ways.
He shudders and he kind of like doesn't seem to agree with this very much, but he doesn't say anything as he's surrounded by the 6 of you.
Very poor behavior.
The one that's meeting you in the barley fields. Is this the same man that you cheated at the ale house?
It's that the points into the corner that it was in. It was that thing.
It's been feeding on you in the barley fields.
It's been doing things to me in the fields. I don't know exactly what it's been doing. I don't remember. I just now remember what it looked like after seeing it.
Has it said anything to you?
It speaks in riddles I don't understand.
Then again, giving this child up to the Fae will provide us no relief, clearly. He's had every opportunity to take him.
Is this child really worth the ire of a Fae? He's a thief after all. Nothing but trouble.
I did stupider things than cheated dice when I was a kid. Tomorrow night I will go to the alehouse and I will find this coin. Maybe that's a start.
Dear boy, you must start thinking of ways to be more useful, or I fear you may be seeing your final days soon.
With that, he kind of faints and goes unconscious.
Don't worry, lad. They'll keep you alive for a long, long, miserable time.
You begin to hear a ruckus outside in the main hall.
Oh shit!
As people are
Is
beginning.
Kendrick coming?
No, it's not Kendrick. Kendrick's out for this. We'll be able to rejoin us here in a second, as people are funneling outside the hall to where the Cuthwin is now standing outside with Agnar.
We'll send Frigeth back inside to tend to the boy while we go and handle the Agnar situation.
Yep.
The moon sits low behind a veil of clouds, and the cold creeps in over the barley stubble. A small crowd gathers at the foot of the earthen rise before the hall, where executions were once carried out in the days of Cuthwin's father. Tonight, that tradition breathes again. Agnar kneels in the dirt. His tunic is torn and stuck to the dried blood on his chest. His crushed hand is turned black, bound loosely in bloodied linen. A single iron torch casts a long, flickering shadows across his face, and the shine in his eyes is not fear, but hatred held like a fire in his mouth. Alderman Cuthwin stands opposite of him, sword unsheathed. He says nothing, since they brought Agnar forward, not to Windretta, not to the Thanes, not to the priests. His gaze is on the soil. When I was younger, he begins quietly, I killed a man who burned grain to starve a village. He begged for his life and I spared him. A year later, I found him raiding again. He breathes in too sharply. His jaw flexes. The sword trembles in his grip for the briefest moment before he tightens his hold and lifts it slowly. You don't beg, so I don't doubt you'll do worse if left breathing. Agnar smiles. Bloody, tooth bared. Cuthwin steps forward. He does not lift the blade over his head like a headsman. Instead, he angles the point above the collarbone, just beside the neck, the way a butcher might open a rib cage. His breath comes too fast, his eyes unfocused for a second, staring just past Agnar, somewhere far from this barrow, a fire-lit hall, a scream in a foreign tongue, a weight dragging from a broken cart. His mouth tenses, his jaw clenched to keep the memory from escaping. And then the sword sinks down. Steel drives through collarbone and lung, meeting no resistance but bone. The sound is wet and final. Agnar grunts once, chokes, and says one thing before he slumps and dies. Ethelwine. A dark pool spreads beneath him, streaming faintly in the torchlight. Cuthwin does not look at the body. He steps back. He lets the sword hang at his side. The other hand trembles. Faint and unnoticed by most, he turns to no one. Leave him for the crows, and salt the place where he knelt. He walks back away, alone, past the torch, back toward the hall. Behind him, the wind shifts. Somewhere in the barley, a raven calls. Once.
Fucking Raven.
Not again.
It killed the raven. Somewhere in the barley, Cynric is tripping balls.
So unfortunately, Cynric is having a very bad time. Cynric, you are in the barley. You have drank from a fae. Which I was the bold choice, my friend. Bold,
Yeah, no kidding.
bold
Again,
choice.
totally forgot that it was a fae. Didn't even think about it. Thought it was a Cainite.
You are
We all make
hallucinating
mistakes.
like crazy out in the barley. You are going to come back just before sunlight. We're going to wrap it up here, guys, for tonight. And with Kendrick is going to come back a changed man. We're gonna have a conversation over the week about your life-changing acid trip that you've just been
What
on.
do they mean? What do they mean?
Actually, it was an ayahuasca trip.
Experiences.
He went on an ayahuasca peyote trip down in Costa Rica, and he came back a changed and new man.
He had an ego death.
I thought that was
wears a lot of like hempen outfits, that kind of thing.
I can see the
Suddenly
code in the
starts
Matrix
traveling
now.
around with bongo drums everywhere.
and a hacky sack.
All right, so I want to
Let's go to the drum circle.
I want to go to our normal ritual that we like to do. What we liked, what we didn't like. I got us a little early tonight. We kind of got through everything pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with everything tonight. There's nothing I didn't like. I was surprised that you guys were so quick to jump on the Fae. That was an interesting choice. I liked it. I really did. There's nothing I didn't like. My favorite scene was Davey Anarad just crushing it with his critical success and changed the whole tenor of part of the evening.
Thank you, Anarad.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that was huge.
He saved all of us.
He did. He really did. It went really well.
How is Cuthwin such a Debbie Downer?
I'm going to start with Anarad, and we're going to work our way around to Nerd and Art. So what you like, didn't like, what you liked for role play, and what your favorite scene was.
I always love a bit of Fae antics. I don't know a lot about like changeling lore and stuff like that, so I have zero clue of what this is. I did know you shouldn't drink Fae blood though. So very excited for that aspect of it. I liked Aldhelm. Like I feel like I would like to see more of that character. I'm sure we will. I did think we could have taken him on as some kind of consultant, let's say, for vampire stuff, because it's clear that we know absolutely nothing. It would have been pretty helpful. But yeah, no, that was a blast. Enjoyed that a lot. Thanks. Man.
I'm going to offer, as we play, that he is an option for a Malwa for the merit. So he's an option for that down the line if that's something people want to pursue. Joshy, tell me what you thought.
Oh, I thought it was a great session. Had tons of fun. I disagree with Anarad about the worth of the Gangrel, whose name I do not know, because but yeah, that
he's my friend.
That really got Suni heated. Like, just the full reveal of it, like coming from the shadows, veiled threats, like that's. It takes one to know one, right? Are we doing what we learned?
Do what you learned too. And if you didn't do what you learned, I'll come back to you, Davey.
Oh yeah, I didn't do what I learned.
What did I learn? I learned that Cuthwin's kind of a pushover. That's what I took from Suni just met Cuthwin for the first time, and he expected a whole bunch of ass kissing to happen, but there was absolutely no ass kicking to be done. Ass kissing.
I have to say, Windretta is also very, what the hell was that? She's like, I am so confused right now.
All right,
I mean,
Kendrick.
he did kill someone in front of you, right? I mean, that was he's not that much of a pushover.
You're just in such a good mood, babe.
Nothing like a little bit of killing to get the mood up even more.
He killed a half-dead prisoner with one hand.
He gets a stain.
And a child face.
Yeah, right. I was really hoping for a quip from Cuthwin about that. No, I had fun tonight. I agree with Davey. I'm a little sour that we fumbled the Gangrel situation. It's like it's glaringly apparent to Kendrick that we were left as fledglings. Like we hadn't even fledged, and they're like, "Bye, have fun, don't die." So he was kind of hoping for that, but again, we know that he's around. He said he'll see us in a year. Kendrick knows that he'll be there, and we won't be seeing him, but he'll still be there. Honestly, I think the meta in my head is that Kendrick's frustration with things, kind of just not knowing what they were, that he just got a hold of that thing in the room, and that was like his, like the beast or whatever took over, and like he was just compelled to bite onto the damn thing's neck. It's like that was like the primal urge. And now he's paying the price for it. So lesson learned, guys. I struggled through it, so you don't have to. And yeah, so I can't wait for the downtimes to figure out what the hell Kendrick is going through, and hopefully he doesn't have to take a stain every time he eats from a person, because we're all connected, man, and like it's all one. So, but yeah, I guess we'll see. This was fun, man. This was so much fun. I love this thing.
Seth, I'm glad you were able to make it, buddy. I thought you might have got called into work. I thought that's what kind of happened.
No, I was asleep like a fucking bum, man. Had a bunch of appointments this morning after work, so I didn't get to bed.
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, my foot pedal that I have my thing to is kind of sliding around on me. Yeah, sorry for being late. I had a bunch of appointments this morning, and it was early evening when I first got a chance to lay down, so I apologize for my tardiness. I'm with, I think I'm probably with the other two, because Leif has a bunch of questions he would like to ask somebody that's been around for a little bit. As a matter of fact, he may see what he can do to seek him out in downtime, because he's pretty curious about stuff. He's especially curious about how and why the visions changed after his death. He's having something of an existential crisis, I think.
Because your sire didn't explain what being a Malkavian is.
No, even the word Malkavian is a word that he's never heard, right? So he's
Jeez.
He's in the dark.
Each sire would give different information to everybody. It's great. When's Retta?
Oh, this was a lot of fun tonight. Seriously, the best part was Anarod getting Cuthwin in a good mood, because that was just one less thing for her to worry about. Like, that was the one thing she was worried about. She is very good at hiding like her emotions and keeping that straight face, but you know, hearing that her husband is returning always kind of sets her on edge a little bit, because yeah, so that was fun. That was great. The Gangrel was also great too. There wasn't anything I didn't really like, because I don't know about if she would want to go find out anything about anything from him, but oh, and what have we learned? Well, we learned don't put anything in your mouth that you don't know where it's been. Kendrick.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face.
All right, Roswin.
Well, it's been an interesting evening. I did not call the Raven being someone's animal kin. That's an interesting one. Roswin does not trust this dirty Gangrel. She does not trust him at all. He comes up announcing that he's been spying on us for weeks without introducing himself, and that, he's demanding bribery to keep things quiet. Nope. We need to nick that right out. I don't like that at all. We need a new coterie meeting area. Yes, we do. The conspiracy grove is getting too conspicuous. I really think the role play of the evening has to go to that epic fail for Kendrick, only because the same thing happened to me last week. So having it happen to two of us, one after the other, was just too funny. Baby. Was just too funny. I love it. And yeah, I thought it was hilarious because I kind of knew what meta knowledge. I knew what direction you were going with that character. So as soon as he bit him, I was just like, oh shit. So that was really fun. And as far as things we've learned tonight, this whole thing with Cuthwin went way smoother than any of us anticipated so far. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet, but time will tell.
Remember, he was in a good mood.
Right? Exactly.
All right.
There's so many more threads added to the tapestry this week.
There really is. If you think about it, you have Cuthwin's. What you learned about? Right? What did you learn about Cuthwin tonight?
He was a ghoul.
Right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty.
I don't know that yet.
Yeah, Cuthwin is a ghoul, and the fact that obviously this Robin fairy is working for someone else, so we've got even more problems to deal with than what we've even seen yet.
Your sires did a genocide in Winchester.
That's true.
So that is true. That's not just speculation, then.
I was going to say
Allegedly, yes.
They 100% did it.
Brothers would never do anything like that.
They wanted to clear out the ecosystem so that we could take over.
Brother Zork is a nice craftsman. He would never do genocide.
Exactly.
Yes, he's an excellent upholsterer, I've heard.
No, man, Lord Aldegar, I could totally see him doing that. I could see him killing everybody.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I couldn't remember his name, though. It was definitely your sire.
Oh, yeah, I think it's our sire.
All right, so that's a 3 XP for everyone this evening. If you're keeping track, I'm pretty much giving 3 XP every game. So I thought we had a great game tonight. I was very happy with the pace. Anything I didn't like? No. The coterie meeting was longer than I expected it to be, which wasn't a problem because we still had plenty of time for everything, and I still have a little bit of time now. So long coterie meetings are fine. So feel free to have as much time really to role play amongst yourselves as you want. I love that. I think that's just great. I think, that's probably like one of the highlights of the night for me is just listening to you guys go back and forth with each other. Then I can throw Adhelm in there and let you guys, go off of there. But I wanted to give you guys plenty of time before I threw that in. I'm going to find us a place to raid out tonight. Let's go. Let's see. Another vampire game. Newark by night. So Newark, Newark, New Jersey. Okay, that's kind of weird, but that's fun. We're going to go there.
But nobody wants to go to New Jersey.
Nobody wants to go to New Jersey. But we're going to New Jersey.
I got on the train to New Jersey once. It was terrible.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I loved having everyone here tonight. Really appreciate it. Remember to hit follow if this is your first time with us. We do this every Monday night. On Saturdays, we also do other games, and we'll be doing other games in the future. But I'll see you all soon. Here goes the let's get this raid going. Get my end credits going. Here we go.